Hi, I'm Kenneth, and this is Common Hawthorne. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I'm doing a response to Katey Flowers and her hashtag only10decks. And at first I thought it was pretty easy, but then as I went back and started reviewing the 10 I had picked pretty quickly, I found myself having some second thoughts. But anyway, in no particular order, Fae Tarot. This is the, I think the 8th edition. And you're probably familiar with this. Certainly if you've watched my channel before, you've seen that I like this deck and use it quite a lot. Then one thing that I noticed is that I actually have a couple of pairs of decks that kind of fill the same spot, and yet they approach things a little bit differently. And so the This Might Hurt tarot deck, you could say, fills a somewhat similar niche to the Sasraibito, but the artwork style really is different. And I also feel like the tone of the decks is very different. I use them in similar ways, but there is a difference in tone. Then for something completely different, I have the Squid Cake Marseille, which is one of only two really kind of playful decks in my selection. But of the Marseille, I don't really read Marseille. I haven't studied Marseille. But I have quite a few Marseille decks because I like the variety in them and how they look. And this is my favorite one of those. And then one of the first decks I bought when I was getting back into tarot after several decades of not doing anything with tarot is the Tarot of Doer. And I bought it off of eBay from somebody in Ukraine before I really knew anything about TarotTube or about the fact that there are counterfeit decks, and that could have been a risky proposition. And then in a somewhat similar vein to the Tarot of Doer, that I have a real kind of nostalgic attachment to is the Pagan Otherworlds tarot. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Which, as you may know, has these kind of rustic illustrations. The minors are pippish, but there's usually a nod to the Rider-Waite-Smith in them. And so that is the 5th of the tarot decks. Interestingly enough, my choice fell into 5 tarot and 5 oracle. So the first oracle I'll share is the Supper Oracle, also from Usi, who made the Pagan Otherworlds. And it has kind of that similar duotone, kind of monochromatic. I like the abstraction in it, and I like the range of philosophical concepts. For both this and the Pagan Otherworlds, I bought the separate guidebooks, and they're excellent, and I really recommend them. So the next oracle I'll mention is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. And so colorful. It's the most colorful of the things that I've shared so far. And once again, this is an oracle deck with a system behind it. And the images are just so rich that visually there's a lot to fall into. And so it has made the list as one of the tarot decks. And then I have the Roots and Wings in several versions, actually. I have the version in the tin, and then I have the full-size version, but I don't really like the finish on it. It's one of those rose petal ones that kind of clings to itself. And so I have the tarot in the tin is not the full set of cards. So I have the mini version, and that is the one that I would keep. I mean, I do have a sentimental attachment to the one in the tin. That was the first version I bought. But when I realized that there were more cards, I thought, well, that answers that. I have to have that full set. Here's the other somewhat playful, although visually, but not entirely in terms of content, the Forest Fae. And it's not, I don't use it so much as an oracle as, its companions. Some of them have direction, but so that's number 9. And the last choice is another early addition to my collection, the Botanical Inspirations. And this is one where there was really some competition for other floral decks, but this visually goes with the Usi decks. Some of the other botanical decks are less floral. This one says botanical, but it's really very much a flower deck. And I chose it because it has some of my favorite flowers in it, unlike the runners-up for this kind of category. So there you have it, my only 10 decks choices. Thanks for watching. Come back again, and hope to see you soon. Bye.